Okay, a different kind of video than I typically make. I have had a lot of guys say things to me like, what do I do if she's messaging other guys? Or what do I do if she has a bunch of other options? Or some guys will say like, she's so pretty, I know she's getting a bunch of direct messages from a bunch of guys, so what do I do? Or how do I make sure she still likes me? Okay. I'm going to clear all of this up for you step by step. We are going to go very, very, very slow today as I talk about this because you really need to understand each of these pieces step by step to let it really sink in. You can never worry about her other options, okay? So women's other options should never worry you ever, okay? And I'm going to show you a few reasons why. The biggest benefit to you is since women oftentimes optimize hypergamy, it's very easy to build the right kind of emotional attachment that she has towards you if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to probably go through a lot of emotional pain because you're going to do the wrong things and then you're going to be wondering why she's pulling away. So I'm here to clear all of this up for you because I get asked this so much, okay? First and foremost, since women are often hypergamous, okay, she will only want the strongest and best option for her. Okay, now you have to understand this. The strongest option for her is oftentimes the guy who needs her in that relationship the least. Okay? The guy who actually doesn't want or need a relationship with her. Like, let me give you an example. Let's say it's their 5th time hanging out, or their 5th date. And by the end of the date, he says, all right, I'll catch you later. We'll see you later. Have a good day. Okay, he says that. And the way he says it with his vocal tone, she looks at him and she goes, this might be the last time I ever see him again. Because I can't read his interest level. I can't read if he actually wants to be with me. And this makes her want to be with you. Because women want the strongest fit in that relationship for them. The strongest fit in the relationship oftentimes is the guy that she feels has the most options or other options at or above her current level of attractiveness. Majority of women you meet will all probably be talking to multiple men simultaneously. You just have to know this. A lot of guys, that might kind of make you feel like, I shouldn't have to be dating somebody who's talking to so many other people. It doesn't work that way. Because you have to understand this, just because she's talking to them, she's trying to get a good read on each of their interest levels. She will end up choosing the guy that she wants the most anyways. So don't worry about it. Majority of all of the women you're probably going to be meeting or dating will be talking to multiple men simultaneously. So let me give you an example. If she has 5 options, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, option 5. Let's say option 4 right here, this 5th guy right here, right? Let's say he's the winner. For whatever reason, she likes him the most. These other guys in her cell phone pretty much just become irrelevant, and she doesn't care if she ever talks to them ever again or not. And you might say, well, we went on 3 dates and we had great conversation, and how does she just not care if she ever talks to me? Because that's just how it is. She just won't even care at all. You have to know this. And it's not a bad thing. It's just how dating works. Like, if you're going to be dating, let's say you met off of a dating app or you met at, some kind of party through mutual friends, this is how it's probably going to go. So she only wants the best fit in the relationship, meaning the guy who basically fits what she's wanting best. So the best option for her is who she wants. It's not about who you think is the best option. It's about who she feels is the best option. So it's never about the guy who's there for her the most, okay? It's about the guy that she likes best for whatever reason. I'm going to say that one more time. It is never about the guy, okay? Or the best option is oftentimes never the guy who is there for her the most. It is typically always the guy, okay, who she likes the best for whatever reason. It could be any reason at all. whatever reason, doesn't matter. A lot of guys, you try to say, oh, if I do this, I should get this kind of outcome. You know, if I always text back in a good amount of time, and if I always make time for her, and if I always pick up the phone and say, hi, how's your day, then I'm going to show that I'm a good companion. I understand that that makes logical sense, but this is what you have to know. What makes logical sense in your mind for how a relationship should work typically never actually correlates to women's emotions and how they feel. Completely irrelevant. So this really needs to sink in. It's not about who you think is the best option. It's about who she thinks is the best option for her. Now you might be saying, well, why are you talking about that I should never worry about her other options? You're going to see very soon. The reason being is because she only really wants just one of the guys out of all of the options she could have. She just really wants that one dude. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to actually put your best foot forward to make sure that that could actually happen, and you are the one that she has the highest interest towards. This is very important. So it's not about who you think is the best option, it's about who she thinks is the best option for her. And the reason, okay, the reason why men need to stop caring completely about every single outcome that you could think of is because you do not decide any of these things. As life happens, as these dating situations play out, things will just happen. So you can't worry about it, okay? I'll tell you this, as life just happens, here's what you'll notice. If you try to have a good outcome where a relationship is hopefully created, she will probably end up pulling away, and here's why. The more you try to micromanage communication with her, the less she likes you. Because she gets a feeling that you're putting forth a lot of effort to create a situation where you two are in a relationship, and now she gets a feeling that you're putting in that effort due to the fact that you don't have any other options. And even if you're doing everything right, she ends up deciding that a different guy is probably going to be a better fit in the relationship for her. So, you could be richer, you could be taller, you could be smarter, and you could even be more successful than the other guy. And she might still choose him over you. This is what you have to know. This is why you can never, ever, ever worry about her other options. Now, the reverse of this is also true. You might be that guy that is chosen. But here's what you have to understand. The reason why is because you cannot use your logic to understand her emotion. So let's say there's two different guys. Okay, this guy is the taller one, the smarter one, the happier one, the more charismatic one, the richer one. And this guy doesn't have any of those things, but this guy shows his interest level and his desire for a future relationship, and this guy doesn't really care. She ends up thinking that this guy actually has more options, and now she actually wants him. So this is what you have to remember, okay? Now, by worrying about her other options, you automatically become not her best option. You will see this play out in almost any circumstance, okay? The reason being is because a man who is truly pre-selected and knows that he can generate options truly doesn't care. Because he knows that he has the ability, the capability. He has the attraction level to attract another woman at or above her current level of attractiveness. And he understands that he can attract other beautiful women too. So that type of guy is not going to worry about her other options. By worrying about her other options, you almost automatically, almost every single time, you're going to see this play out in your dating life, okay? By worrying about her other options, she will start to not like you, okay? Her best option in her mind is the one who is satisfying her emotions. Now you might be saying, well, who is satisfying her emotions? Okay, the guy who is satisfying her emotions is the guy who is satisfying her hypergamy. This is what you have to know, which is either the guy who she likes, but it seems like he doesn't necessarily want or need a serious relationship with her, or it's the guy who has her emotions in the sweet spot. The sweet spot where she goes, I can't read him, I can't read his interest level, okay? He seems so sweet. He seems so amazing to be around. She's going to say, I feel such a strong desire and attraction and interest towards him, okay? but for some reason I can't read his interest level. For some reason I can't actually get a read if he wants to keep seeing me. She might say to herself, there's this space between us, or maybe he seems distant, or maybe he seems like he might be talking to other women. All of these things allow her emotions to work in your favor because she feels like you have no true desire towards anything. Most guys are so urgent, right? They get a first date, now they want a second date, now they want a third date, now they want a fourth date, now they want to go for a walk in the park, now they want to go to a museum, now they want to go to a concert. They always want to do these things. And when she gets a feeling like a guy seems urgent to get another date, or he really has a lot of desire to see her again, she goes, why? Why does he even want to? And now she questions your true value that you're bringing to the table in the relationship. Keep that in mind. So this right here is why you do not need to worry about her other options. The reason being is because women will select and love just one of the men more than the rest. One of the guys she's going to like more than all the others. It doesn't matter if she has 3 options, 10 options, 20 options, 100 options. She will like just one of the guys more than the others. Your job is to be that one guy. That's your job. This is why I encourage you to start the process of learning, understanding, and mastering the language of women. If you see what I made for you, okay, it's in the description. You can go and check it out. You will see so many guys using this process and getting success in their dating life. Go and see what I put together for you after today's video is over. You'll love it. Okay, what you have to understand is she doesn't want a bunch of other options. Okay, she doesn't necessarily want to go out on a bunch of dates with a bunch of guys and keep seeing, you know, where all of these different relationships might go. She just wants to obtain the interest of that one guy that she likes the most. Okay, because like I told you in the beginning, majority of women, okay, what you're going to notice is since they're optimizing hypergamy, she is trying to find the strongest and best option for her. Now, the strongest option, her best option, the strongest option is the man who has oftentimes the most emotional strength to not need additional communication. That is how women start to decide for themselves who is the strongest option. And oftentimes, here's what you're going to notice. What it really comes down to is this. Once that guy, okay, and that woman, once they start sleeping together, she starts to see if he's worried that she's going to go out on other dates, if he has fear of loss, that the relationship might be over. Women a lot of times start to see who is the strongest option by who doesn't necessarily get emotionally attached on an intimate level. And the man who does not get emotionally attached on an intimate level, she starts to say, it's probably because there is other options that potentially are just as attractive or more attractive. And that allows her emotions to work in your favor. This is what you have to know, and this is what you have to understand. Your job is to be that one guy. Your job is to be that one guy. I encourage you, check out the community that I built. Right now we have over 2,100 guys inside of that community. You'll love it. Go and check that out after today's video is over. What I'm going to do in this column is I'm going to show you how to be her best option at all times. Very important column right here, okay? First and foremost, your only focus in life needs to be you, your health, your well-being, your God-given purpose, and the reason that you do things every single day for yourself to create a better life. You need to be number one. You creating a better life for yourself, okay? When you're a man who lives that way, here's the cool thing. You start to desire nothing because you feel like in your own world you already have everything, okay? So you desire nothing. When you desire nothing, she feels it. So this type of guy, he doesn't need a text message back. He doesn't necessarily need a phone call back. He doesn't even need a second date. He doesn't really care. And now she thinks, whoa, I can't read his interest level. So then 2 thoughts probably enter her mind. Okay, first, she goes, he must have other options at or above my current level of attractiveness. Or number 2, he already is most likely dating a woman who might be hotter than me, who might be more attractive than me. And now this guy seems like the strongest or the most desirable option. She can feel your interest level even in your text message communication. You say 10 words when 6 words or 7 would have done the job perfectly. You stay on the phone during that phone call for an extra 5 minutes for no reason, just to keep talking. She can feel that you really want this relationship to go somewhere, and she's naturally turned off by that. That's just what you're going to notice, okay? So this type of guy seems like the most desirable option. So I encourage all of you, become as attractive as you can, so that way her other options start to become irrelevant, okay? Because this is what I'm really trying to tell you here. A pre-selected man would never ever say, oh, who else are you talking to? How many other options do you have? Have you been on any more dates this past week? Who else are you talking to? Who else have you sent a text message to this week? A guy who really doesn't care would never say any of that. He would just let the day happen. And when you operate this way, you know that everything will be just fine. The sun will come up tomorrow. You'll wake up, you'll feel great, and that's how it has to be. This is why you can never worry about her other options. If you like this video, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.